wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
It's Monday morning, and already it's starting like a Monday morning where the computer decided to forget which microphone I use. We're never going to be free of this. We will never be free of the tools that were created not to simplify our lives, but to complicate them. Look at this potential. We all see, if you weren't alive or an adult in the 90s, we all know the technology works. 30-year-old technology worked, and everything since then has just been made to make it shit. It has just been made because people are lazy and people do not know where perfect is the enemy of good or good enough. And I want to get the boobies. Where we have idiots in Silicon Valley adding functionality no one wanted because you think you're going to get your Tesla 7 model, whatever the fucking higher man, and you're going to get the blonde with boobies. Never ending, because you're going to have two different groups of people. So in some sense, I guess people would be warring with each other a little bit, or at least having disagreements. But it's a full-blown hot war, I guess, as much as a Cold War can become a hot war. The question of who started it, which is very important, right? Baby boomers say, I don't care who started it. Well, you better start fucking caring. I don't care who started it. I'm too lazy to be a good judge and to effect justice on a disagreement. It doesn't matter how petty the disagreement is, like two kids. Oh, he stole my toy. I don't care. Well, then you endorse theft. I don't know why our kids are all potheads. It's very important to know who started this. And just, I'll tell you my position in the beginning. Just the evidence that I had is here I am, an 8 or 7-year-old boy. And here's my fucking second grade teacher. Like, women don't need men. Now, I don't know if that is evidence or proof that women started it, but you know what? Yeah, actually, that's proof that women started it, right? The meme, nobody. And then teacher, women don't need men. Okay. Good. And then what I'm taking is more, obviously, I believe men are the economic engines of growth for any economy. And female youth and beauty is the fuel they run on. But if you need a finer point to put on it, if let's say you're your average college graduate and you got your 103 IQ there, you need a little hand holding. Men are these solar panels. All right, let's just say we run on solar panels, and women are the sun that charge them. The solar panels didn't go away. The sun did. And the sun, meaning female youth and beauty. That is true. There's the engine. We go work. We do industrious, constructive, innovative things. If there are pretty girls that we get to have sex with, and the kids that might come, that's it. Clouds came in. The sun went away. Whatever. The sun was sentient. The sun said, I'm not going to give you sun anymore. I'm not going to give you light anymore. I bet you like sunlight. Yes. And then everyone it's the Scooby-Doo mystery. We got a little bit of this here. This is a better written article I'm going to read. But man, people got it really is the Scooby-Doo mystery. It's cloudy out. Why aren't the solar panels generating electricity? It wasn't, man. Guys just kept going. Guys were like at cruising speed, cruise control, just, and dopey. And then it was the baby boomer men. They're just maintaining the status quo, doing what thousands of generations before men had done, and then just A-10 warthogs coming out of nowhere. Boom, 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 boom. And they still kept on going, oh, must be bad luck, must be me. It's feminism. They started it. Let's be very clear. You girls started this. If you didn't want men, that's fine. In other words, there was a way more polite way to say that you weren't interested than divorce and screaming and yelling and all that. But then again, feminism is Marxism with tits. It really isn't for women. It's I'm going to use the hole between my legs to get other people's money. Then there's actually the feminists like you should be treated equally. And then there's just a bunch of people who might be apolitical, but you get all caught up in the cult of traitism. Like, I'm born this way. Oh my God, I'm so amazing. Oh my God, you people not born this way, you suck. You're horrible people. Like, those are the engines. You do know they are the solar panels, right? You do know you will not have plumbing without them, right? You're aware of that. Oh, you're not? Oh, okay. We'll see how this goes. So it's a very nice, thorough article. It's from the Institute for Family Studies. Don't worry. There's a lesson, there's a moral here. It is written by Maria Bayer and Brad Wilcox. And Brad Wilcox has been in my feed. He keeps popping up. What's killing marriage? Unmarriageable men or liberal women? Young women are losing faith in marriage. This is the takeaway from a new dramatic poll showing that in the past 30 years, the share of 12th grade girls who say they're most likely to choose to get married one day has dropped more than 20 percentage points from 83% in 1993 to 61% in 2023. I was around in 1993. You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say they're just being more honest. I'm going to say that. I believe them. I believe them. A lot of 12th grade girls, they don't know what they're saying. It's like, it doesn't matter if they do or do not know what they're saying or what they do or do not believe. They're starting to enter the marriage age, the marriage market. And if they're convinced, however much they might be lying to themselves, that I don't need no man, guess what? They're not in the marriage market. It is not men's or society's job to try to figure out if girls are lying to society and ultimately themselves. If we're at this point where you've raised adult children, young 18-year-olds, that they're lying, male or female, doesn't matter. It's over. It's over. If we want to go and instead of raise kids, program them, because that's what raising kids are, to operate in their own autonomous self-interests, that's our problem, and it's too late, right? Major whatever you want. Oh my God. 10 years later, oh my God, there's a student loan debt problem. Oh my God. Oh my God, Americans have no money. Did you raise them to go be consumers fucking pigs? I didn't want to interrupt with my kids. What is it, Minnesota? Like 3% of the population think they're trans. Like, no, you just have parents like not checking their kids. Like, no, dude, you're not. Just knock it off. 20% of Zoomers claiming that at one time it was, but now it's going away because it's not popular. 20% of kids, I'm not straight. Whatever variant, not straight gender you might want to have claimed. And the parents was like, oh my God, my child's so brave. It's like, no, now's the time for you to be an adult. But that's too hard. It doesn't matter if they're wackadoo to think they're a gender they're not. All right, that's going to have an effect if they're not told about basic economics to not be consumers, materialist pigs. It doesn't matter whether deep down inside they wanted to be frugal or not. It doesn't matter if you told them, it doesn't matter that engineering and the trades and accounting and all that other stuff makes money because you told them follow your heart, money will follow. And here again, it doesn't matter if deep down inside girls really want a man. When you told me, fuck man, get out of here, feminism, girl, but you don't need no man. Is that still like, obviously, I guess, 12th grade, right? I don't care what lurks deep down inside. Deep down inside, Hitler didn't want to do Operation Barbarossa. Well, guess what he did? So I don't give a fuck what he thinks deep down inside. Get some troops to the front line, said Stalin. There you go. Little history lesson for you kids. Meanwhile, the share of young men who hope to get married has remained steady around 75%. There's the chart everybody knows, a bunch of pop-up ads. Other polls show similar findings. Oh, like the polls I cited 2 years ago in the book of Numbers. What's it like, everyone, to be at least 2 years behind me? What's that like? This is not a criticism of Brad or Maria. I'm just like, can we all look, man? I'm over here, okay? I got my flashlight. You can see me. We have a big old red flag. Can you just get in the helicopter and fly and catch up? The rest of society would, I mean, how far ahead was I on those worthless degrees? Almost by 20, like I wrote the book 2011, but I was espousing worthless, the threat of worthless degrees years before that. Can y'all catch up now? All right. Do you all want to be poor? Do you all want to sit there with your dick in your hand? What's going on? Huh? They're not intelligent takes. They're just ballsy, courageous takes in the face of you conformist sheep. Bah. No, not bah. Bah is wrong. Bah. Bah, 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 bah. No. Bah is wrong. Bah. That you're just regurgitating what the Democrats you teach us. Stop buying at me. Bah is wrong. Bah. You biased. Bah. Okay, fine. Just sit here and get butchered by the wolves. I don't care. I'm going to go hike up there. I don't know how you doing. Other polls. Survey Center on American Life recently found that the majority of single women, 55%, think that single women are happier than married men. They're really not. More on that in a moment. Whereas the majority, 68% of single men, take the opposite view, that the majority of single women think single women are happier. No, there they did do polling. You women are not happier. That's a you problem. We don't care that you lie to yourself and everyone else. I don't need no man. It's going to make me happy. That's why feminists are such happy-looking people. Look, dick is not bad, okay? In case you girls were wondering, dick is not like cancer. It's not going to end your life. You might have fun with it. You could. No. Matcha tea. That's where happiness is. That's where it is. There's no debate that women's confidence in and devotion to marriage is falling, but there is robust debate about whether that's a bad thing and what's causing it. Theories about young women's declining interest in wedlock typically fall into two camps. The problem is either one, the boys, or two, the girls / feminists. I'll go along with this. It's a little bit of both, but the cause is the same. I'll get to that. Proponents in the first camp, usually feminists, suggest women still value marriage. You just can't find enough marriageable men. Writing for the New York Times in 2023, Anne Louise Sussman said the state of men today is too dispiriting for women. Too many men, and this is where it's the same cause. Okay, listen to me. Too many men are drug-addled, unemployed or underemployed, socially inept, and emotionally unavailable. Oh, you mean the Democrat men you voted for? Here you go, madam. Exactly what you ordered. Democrat men, lazy, drug. I know there could be conservative guys too like this. Forget religion like in a classical sense, right? Christianity, Judaism, whatever. Okay, forget that. Every human needs a religion, a life philosophy to live by, and a main important goal. Now, religion provides that for you. Afterlife, marriage, all this other stuff. But if you were secular, or if you just remove the religious aspect from it and just treat everyone as humans, humans have always needed some kind of religion. In itself, a religion in the classical sense as well. What we had was each other. And what we managed to do, you guys, the hippies and the communists and the socialists and the baby boomers, you managed to convince women that we don't need each other anymore. And that they themselves is the most important thing. And that they themselves should be worshiping what is free shit, parasitism, socialism, leftism, whatever it is, some form of leftism. That's your new God. So you can't worship two gods, right? You can't say, I want to bow down at the altar of free shit and lazy, no accomplishment, no work, no rigor, blame everybody else for my problems, and then also have another God from the secular sense of another person to love and cherish, right? your husband, your spouse, your wife, and your children, right? That would, in a sense, that would be everybody's secular God. Is that making sense? Because at least you had family. You threw that away, and then you went and worshiped a different God, a religion, or I'm sorry, a political one. And because men were addicted to pussy, they just did whatever. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm a sheep. I'm a feminist male. Oh, yeah, Hillary. Yeah, Kamala. Not knowing that political religion would turn your men into unemployable, sad sacks of pussies. There's your men. And classically, here we are again, ladies, where you want your cake and eat it too. No, you don't get masculine men that you're physically attracted to who have money, when you advocate and turn them into Democrat pussies. Are there hardworking Democrats? Are the masculine? Yes, there's a handful. They are the exception, not the rule. Because your little new religion is all about free shit, avoiding work, and being victims. And then you complain about the men who followed your religion to a T. You girls started this. You put in an order, say, madam, it's going to take about 20 years for this meal to come out. It takes a while to cook. And you say, I'm fine with that. I want a sensitive guy who's here's exactly what you ordered. Well, too bad, because another 20 years, your eggs are going to be gone. Got no eggs. All dried up. You ain't got no eggs. No more eggs. Too despairing. Women who take this view make much of the fact that men are attending and graduating from college at lower rates than women, not working as much as they used to. What do you care? Go make the money. It's standard shit. And many are addicted to prawn. No, I don't. Okay, yeah, I can see that, addicted where you're there 12 hours a day. Okay, I can see that's an addiction. What, guys are rubbing one out once a day? Sorry. It's not an addiction. It's a substitute good. You made the price of sex way too high for men to get. Way too much energy and effort. And I hate to say it, the body that the sex is attached to is not pretty. It's overweight, it's hairy armpits, it's got lip and attitude. It's like, no. This will shock no one. There is an appalling lack of self-awareness of how choices before had an effect on men resorting to prawn. Now, yes, the technology made it available, of course. I guarantee, I'm going to say it again. Let's just say it again. Let's shout out to the Christians here, although it would apply universally. The tweet and the video I made before. Christian women should lose weight and have sex with their husbands. Oh my God. They're looking at pictures of us. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Are you going to look like this or give us sex? No. Well, fuck you. Oh my God. They're escaping into an alternative reality where they have control over their future and maybe do good things in the form of video games. Are you going to give us jobs and let us do that? Or are you going to like DEI the fuck out of it and outsource everything and flood the country with immigrants? We're not going to give you purpose or agency and we're going to make it impossible for you to get a job. Okay, I'm going to go and play my video games with chicks with tig old bitties. REEEE! Guys, just ignore. Don't always improve upon the prototype, okay, or the previous mark before you. Always improve upon the previous version before you. Don't waste your time like we did trying to reason and rationalize with these people, okay, on anything. Make your statement, say, here it is. This is what we're going to do. Oh my God, you want me to... At the end of the day, we say, look, here's the reason X exists. X exists because you won't work on Y. Once you say work, it doesn't matter what Y is. Oh my God, man, you should get out there and work more and pay more taxes. Otherwise, you can't marry me. I have no idea why a guy's going to rub one out to a picture that's quiet. and looks good, then, I mean, really, come on, gals, let's be honest. The men are, yes, you're right. Men are fat. They're drug. They're the Democrat men you ordered. You're right. They're not fuckable. They're not marriageable. They're not real men. The ones you order, but they're not real men. All right. Can you get it up for that? No, you can't get it up for that. Well, men can't get it up for you. You think you're better? Both men and women, roughly same obesity and overweight rates. You girls have bad finances as well. You girls have got, I know, I'm pissing in the hurricane on this one. You girls have got to realize, unless it's a STEM degree, like you're a surgeon or an engineer, your degree is fucking worthless and a joke and is a liability. Most people, well, it's not a liability. At least you went to college. It's a liability because you have student debt. Please, stop using college as the metric of success. It is not in any way. You're complaining about everything you complain about, guys, can be equally applied to you. It's just so tiring. Women who take this view may graduating from college lower rates than women, not working as much as they used to. Many are addicted to corn and often seem unable or unwilling to engage in a conversation to maintain a normal human relationship. Yeah, why? The first step would be to realize humans, all humans, men in particular in this conversation, are sentient human beings who have preferences, tastes, and requirements. Right? When I take whatever the nieces and nephews out, I don't say, let's go to church. I say, what do they want to do? I bet you, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I bet you they want to go to the park. They want to run around. They want to eat sugar. And so when I propose activities to them, it usually involves both. It does not say, do you want to go buy some vegetables at the grocery store? They don't want to buy vegetables. But that's because unlike, I'm serious, sorry, ladies, about 80% of you in the West, I'm able to realize those are separate human beings that probably have different motivations than I do. And if I wish to hang out with my nieces and want them to hang out with me and yell, Uncle Aaron, when they see me, I got to think, what do they want? And deliver it to them because they're separate human beings. Oh my God. They went through a baseball phase when they're, we had a big wiffle ball bat and all that. Oh my God. They just bring the ball out. Like, well, I guess I know what you want to do. We played a very simplified version of baseball because the little one couldn't figure out the pattern to run on the bases. So I would just run, and she'd just run anywhere, and I'd chase her with the ball, Oh my God, I might have had fun with the kids doing what they wanted to do. I wonder if you girls might have a lesson from 3-year-old baseball. Can't engage in conversation, maintain a normal human relationship. What would that be? Is this where we go into EQ and feminine energy and bullshit like that, and he's emotionally unavailable? This camp will point to the fact that marriage rates amongst upper middle class, including liberals, haven't fallen as precipitously as other groups. See, they'll say women haven't been brainwashed by the HBO, Sex and the City, and the Girlboss era. They still want to get married. Well, but isn't marriage rates among upper middle class? One, that's not the majority of people, so I don't think that helps out the majority of people, but don't you have to be a little bit older? What does that do for, I don't know, middle class? Like, what is that? Okay, that helps, 15, 20% of the population, depending on how you define it. What about everybody else? And most young people aren't upper middle class. They still want to get married. There are just not enough good men left. This camp has a point. It's true that too many men are Democrats. Floundering on many fronts, from education to employment. And that kind of male malaise has made a growing number of men unappealing to the opposite sex. Family formation. And they break it down by conservative or liberal. Marriage is going down for both. Conservative women have always married more than liberal women. And conservative women have, according to the chart, have always had more children than women or liberal women. But that gap has grown. 71% of conservative women ages 25 to 35 have had kids, whereas only 40% of liberal women have had kids, both of which outsource their children. But there's an undeniable ideological dimension to falling marriage rates too. Falling marriage rates too. Data show marriage has lost its appeal primarily for women on the left, who are much less likely than conservative women to marry and have children, as a new Institute for Family Studies report shows. Liberal women are also much less likely to desire marriage and children than their conservative peers. I think that's just being honest. Another recent poll from NBC News found that liberal Gen Z women rate being married and having children as among their lowest priorities for a successful life, far below a fulfilling job, financial security, emotional health. Those data and polls I came out with, I found that's been around for years now. Many feminists no doubt see women's increasing wariness towards marriage as a welcome sign of enlightenment. They shouldn't value marriage, they say, because it's not good for them. Okay, all right. In their view, married women are on the losing end of a losing bargain. It's not a lie. I think they actually believe it because they're on propaganda, but it's not true. You'll generally come out, at least financially, ahead. Saddled with the lion's share of domestic duties. Oh, yeah, that's right. The chores. I forget. Let's address the chores real quick. Laundry and dishes and sweeping or whatever. Ladies, it's not that important. It really isn't that important. The fact this is a big, this is a point of contention. The fact is, this is a deal breaker. You put so much weight on it, shows you how easy and good you got it. Never do they ever say, what about the lawnmower? Okay, yeah, all inside the house, all these duties are disproportionately done by women, which is also bullshit, but let's just go with it. Okay, what about outside the house? What do you mean outside the house? Oh, like, I don't know, the cars or the lawnmower or the roof. They're like, I have to do all the laundry. No, you don't. You could just wait for me to do it. And we all know that the guy did it, but he didn't do it the right way, right? Guys, this chore shit, it just, oh my God, if they start arguing about chores, don't even marry them. It's just not worth it. And the crushing mental load of raising a family while reaping 80 cents on her husband's dollar for whatever professional work they do manage to achieve. Never mind. This, they argue, is why we live in an age of upbeat divorce memoir, the promise that assisted reproductive technology has made motherhood a plausibly solo endeavor, not subject to time or even biology. By all means, go. Just go. We're at the point, right? How long have we been arguing this fucking bullshit? Like, in the point that it's sacrificed marriage. What, 50 years? 40 years? More than a quarter century. No progress has been made. I think what we all need to do is come to the conclusion I'm not going to argue with people in Minnesota that they're fucking morons. I'm not going to argue with them that you shouldn't, have socialism. I'm not going to argue with adults that you should feed yourself and not be on Snap. I'm done. I'm not going to argue with girls anymore, let alone guys. You shouldn't major in dumb shit. I'm done with you. You know what? Who's going to do the arguing for me? The real world. Go. Do it. Go do it. See what happens. We've made no progress. There's no sitting down and reasoning and rationalizing with people. No one wants to believe anything close to approaching the truth or reality, because at the end of the day, truth and reality require work. I mean, just look at humanity and how they avoid, and then Ozempic comes out. Now we want to be thin. I'm tired. I'm not going to do it. Go. Do your fucking thing. This theory carries weight too. There's no doubt that marriage can be hard at times, and modern American marriage it is hard in particular ways. The 50-50 split is a myth. Women bear a bigger burden at home than do men. No, they don't. I've seen the data. They do not. Unless, of course, again, you girls are marrying these deadbeat Democrat men who don't work, but you raised them not to work. It's hard to afford life on one salary. Well, if you girls stop voting to take away a third of everyone's money to raise rando kids that hate you, it's nearly impossible to be a working mother and to feel like you're filling any of your roles well as you'd like. But hard doesn't necessarily mean unhappy. Our research at the Institute for Family Studies routinely reveals that women in America who are forging the most meaningful and happy lives are married mothers. In fact, married mothers are nearly twice as likely to be very happy with their lives as single childless peers. And here's some data. Married with children, they're happy. Now, the family studies, I'd have to say, what's your political bias? Let's just be honest. But if we were to take this at face value, yes, married with children, women tend to be very more happy than unmarried and childless women, who also report being 63% happy. But the married with children women are 93% happy. I think that's self-reporting bias. I think that's bullshit. Like 98% of the time say, how are things going? You say, fine. Things are not fine. They're rarely fine. You gotta knock both these numbers down. No one's that happy. You're just not that. Now shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. I don't see happy people in this country, married or not. If anything, I'm happy watching other people be miserable because these are the people that said I was a fucking moron because I didn't do popular thing. Turns out popular thing makes you miserable. So I'm happy and a vengeful, revengeful, drinking your tears sort of way. Drinking other people's tears makes me very happy. Don't tell me you assholes are happy. While marriage rates increasingly fall along ideological lines, female happiness doesn't. The newest data showed that married liberal women with children are now a staggering 30 percentage points more likely to say they are very happy or pretty happy. The newest data showed that married liberal women with children are staggering 30 percentage points more than who? Than liberal women who are single and childless. Okay, surprise. Love, whether it comes from a spouse or children, will make you happy. Oh my God. I want like maybe human beings, particularly your family, is the thing that has given human beings point and purpose and agency and reason. Every generation, regardless of which caste system you came from. Oh my God. I am a libertarian. I am for women's rights. I am for, more importantly, individual rights. You do what you want to do. You're gay, trans, like legit, not like some suburb girl who just wants to be pop. Like, yeah, man, go do your thing. Because not everyone is. We're not monolithic groups, right? But generally speaking, ladies, it's getting to the point. I would not advocate it, but I have sympathetic leanings to dictatorial decrees. Like maybe y'all got to get your asses back in the kitchen and start making some babies, right? Not all of you, but maybe you ought to go in there, go make your husband a sandwich and go get dick down. Like, ladies, have you tried having orgasms? I'm not sure, but as Dre and I have pointed out before, I bet you if we looked at orgasms per capita, those countries, economies, and people tend to do better, or at least have higher happiness studies. I know for men it would be. Have you tried orgasms? Might be happy. And not with a toy. Try having a guy around. Well, I forgot. That's right. You raised a bunch of Democrat men. No wonder you girls are pissed off. Sorry. It's so tiring. It's just the fat guy, like, oh, I got diabetes. Oh, I can't walk. Oh, I can't feel my leg. Have you tried eating less and walking more? Hey, the gym's half a mile away. You want to walk to the gym? Oh, I'm going to take the car. All right, I'm done. I can't find a job. Have you thought about going to school for something that has an employee? Well, I'm not. No, I'm going to get a master's degree in political science. I'm done. So done. What's even more striking is the trend among prime age women. Get the down there. 25 to 55. Happiness among single, childless, liberal women has plummeted since the Great Awakening. Well, when has that taken place? Of the last decade. Okay. Yeah, I'll go along with that. Sure. Yeah, woke. Yeah, 10 years. While it remains high for peers who have managed to marry and have a family. The tragic irony is that the very group of women who are most likely to think their marriage and family are obstacles to happiness, women on the left are less happy than peers on the right. We needed a study. I know you guys need to go and get the study. That's what institutes do. But we needed a study for this. I don't know. I was just going to go look at the feminist looking women with the ridiculous hair colors and the piercings and the fatness and the attitude and the lip and the hairy armpits. Wow, they're not happy. Who knew? I mean, you can see it. And then there's the gals, and it really isn't necessarily conservative, but I've the couples that are truly happy that I've seen together, the girl's just got this giddy look on her face, kind of where she's like, I'm gonna get dicked down by my man. Like she likes sex, and the politics really doesn't factor in, but they tend to be conservative or Republican because they work and they understand they got to stay in shape. But you could just see the happy gals I've seen are not feminists. They're classically traditional kind of gals. Not necessarily all the way June Cleaver with the fucking cookie sheet, but they stayed and raised the kids, and husband was a good guy, and they I remember one old couple. What did he say? They're in their 70s, just a classy couple. He said something about, yeah, and then my finger wasn't working because he injured it or something. She says, well, I don't know. Your finger works pretty well. And we're like, wow. And this is people in their 70s. And she made him speechless. He just got embarrassed and got out of left field. Grandma nails it. And we're all howling and laughing because they're in fucking love. You loveless, miserable feminist spinsters. You'll never have that. Well, your finger works. I'm a girl boss. I'm a girl boss. Oh, God. Decades of happiness, decades of love. Look at that. I mean, just it doesn't cost them a penny. It doesn't cost them a penny. Being a nice woman who has sex doesn't cost, well, okay, you got to work out, so it takes effort, I guess, but it doesn't cost you a penny. Oh, less likely than it appears on the right, in part because they're less likely to be married with children. So if marriage and family are really good for women, why isn't anyone getting married? Are the available men really not marriageable? Yes. But you girls started that. Or has the feminist revolution won the day? Yes to both. Right? You know what it is? Why are the cars not going as fast as it used to? Is it because the fuel dropped in octane or because we make crappier engines? Yes, it's both. Both men and women have become less marriageable. Everyone's fatter, right? People make less money, but that's largely due to lies they've told people in Democrat leftist policies where it's like, get rid of all the jobs. Everyone go to college and go into debt. Tax everybody. That's my favorite. We can't afford children on one income. Well, why'd you vote to take away a third of both your incomes? Because it felt good. I'm a liberal white woman. He don't make no money. Like, have you thought about not taking a third of it away? You might have some money. But yeah, it's both of you. You're both fat. You're both unfuckable. No one has real jobs. Everyone has debt. But at least everyone's Democrat. At least everybody, right? We vote to give other people our money. We agree other people's children are more important than the ones we like to have ourselves. It's very important we raise completely around. I want to help people that hate me and want to commit crime. Both theories overlook a very common enemy, big tech. Okay, different variable here. Interesting. We don't mean the obvious that people cheat online, that men play too many video games. No, men don't play too many video games. Look, again, ladies, you want men to stop playing video games and looking at porn? Let me tell you how to do it. If gals started losing weight, dressing sexy, not bad. I mean, you could dress sexy too. But if you started fucking your men, if you lost weight and started fucking your men and being fun and playful, men would consume less video games and corn. There you go. Oh, they require work. Never mind. Then please be quiet about them playing their video games. Guess what I'm going to do later on today? I'm going to play video games. What's this? Recovery time delayed. Poor sleep slowed your recovery. Tried it. Well, yeah, that's because never mind. Now you recognize the sleep I got. We live too many video games, and that dating apps are a hellscape of catfishing suspicion. We live our lives online, and we decide how to live in part by watching what everyone else is doing online. The result is pushing both men and women away from marriage, making it harder for men to rise to the occasion of becoming marriageable, and by making it harder for women, especially the liberal women who spend most time online, to see the point of marriage in the first place. Yes, online is a skewed, radicalized version of reality. So I don't believe all the TikTok girls. I don't believe they're that bad because the TikTok girls are faking it. They're agent provocateurs. Look it up. Ladies, whatever you're consuming, liberal ladies, it's more anti-male, male-bashing bullshit. And men are pigs and men are horrible. Okay, good luck with that. To see the point of marriage in the first place, big tech is degrading men's marriageability even as it divides the sexes from one another ideologically. The internet is the panopticon. God damn it. Now I'm going to look this up. Here's where men find corn and corn finds men. Here are the easy, lazy prospects of AI relationships in the portal to a million digital gateway drugs. When you give men what they want in the real world, jobs and pretty girls, they will give up the digital stuff. Try it. Do you know why dating here? I'll answer the question right. Do you know why dating apps are failing or dating app companies are failing and going down? Because there's no dates. Look, dating apps are the point where men are trying to leave the digital world and go into the real world. Right? That's what a dating app is. Let's use the technology of the internet and online. Inevitably, though, to get into the real world, right? They're trying to. How many girls say yes to dates? None. Well, I mean, some. But we are talking one in about 8,000 swipes. Single digits in 16,000, if I remember the statistics correctly. Not like men aren't trying. You can't say, stop going to the digital world when there's nothing for them in the real world. Oh my God, why are you in the digital world? Well, because it's there. It's why used Trabis had a higher market price than new ones because the used Trabis existed. This is East German car company. There was such a wait for the new ones coming off the assembly line. So I think it was even like a 5 or 10 year wait. Well, at least the used ones. Why are you using used Trabis? Because they exist. Why are you fantasizing about this woman on the internet? Because it exists. It's there. Are you going to come over? Why are you playing a game as a centurion in ancient Rome? Because it exists. Well, don't you want to go and not work your job, but apply for jobs and get shot down and deal with HR? No, I'd rather be a Roman centurion defending Rome from the Vandals. Here's where men find corn and corn finds men. Here are the easy, lazy prospects of AI relationships and the portal to a million digital gateway drugs. As psychologist Jonathan Haidt put it recently on the Honestly with Barry Weiss podcast, what we're doing to our young men is we are addicting them in such ways that if you get addicted to one thing, it's easier to get addicted to everything. I'm sorry, your diagnosis, Dr. Weiss, or Haidt is Haidt. You're wrong. The internet exists. Pleasant, kind, attractive women who want to have sex with men do not, generally speaking. There it is. Am I far up ahead again? Are all you sheep buying at me now? Am I the one like saying, here, come here. I'm waving big old red flag. Come here. Here's where it is. I found the gold. Come here. But you don't like what I said? I guarantee you. How could I put what would be a scenario? Well, let me think about this. Let's say we're in a town, not a big town, small, medium-sized town, right? The major metros are too far away. There's not a lot going in this town. And I could guarantee, I say tonight at the local, town commons, whatever. I know maybe they got a community at the local community center. There will be 100 girls, attractive, pretty, and willing to have sex. All right. And let's say this town is only so big that there's 100 bachelors available. And I could guarantee it. I could guarantee these girls are going to be pretty, kind, nice, sweet, and want to have sex. Do you think a single one of those bachelors is going to be looking at corn that night? Right? I mean, this world would never happen. But I could guarantee, and voluntarily, this isn't paid, right? You don't have to pay $2,000 or whatever the going rate is for a lady of the evening now. Nope, these girls they want to have sex, or they're looking for they are eager to meet you. And they're going to meet you, right? They might even have sex with someone, but they're going to meet you, right? You think any guy's going to be playing video games that night? No, they're going to be down there. Unfortunately, male's nature obligates women to perform and behave and be a certain way in order to get men's interest. That's the problem. And women are independent-minded, separate human beings who may not want to put forth the effort to be pretty and to have these obligations, right? Girls are separate human. You are not obliged by anyone. One of the most famous, most popular feminist books is Women Don't Owe You Pretty. All right, then don't be surprised when men are staying at home playing the video games. The same thing with nightclubs. I mean, it took us decades to figure it out. That would be interesting to look at the history of nightclubs. You could go to the bar. Baby boomers went to the bar, and then we all went to the nightclubs, and that died out. You know why it died out? Because guys weren't getting laid. I don't care how much, You're a pig for... I like chocolate ice cream. Oh my God, you're a fascist for liking chocolate. Okay, I'm going to go play the video game chocolate ice cream. Oh my God, are you looking at chocolate ice cream on the internet? Yes. You think men are just going to show up at some market with we would sell pretty good looking women at the market, but there are no pretty good looking women at the market. Why are men showing up at the market? It is not the existence of prawn. It's not the existence of video games. It's that is literally their best use of time. Really, what? The classic quote from Die Hard. The man's alone, tired, and suffering, and he ain't seen diddly squat from you guys down here. Now, you think he's going to give a shit what you do to him if he makes it out of there alive? Why don't you wake up and smell what you're shoveling? Tell me a reason. Go ahead, tell me the reason. And you'll give me every reason as long as it doesn't obligate you girls to deliver what men want. Oh, the paradox. Oh. It's easier to get addicted to everything else. The corn, the gaming, even the gamification of investing apps from big tech help to explain why so many boys are not turning into men. I'll grant some of it is that, but big tech just came along and happened to provide and make for a cheaper substitute good. And just so you guys know what a substitute good is, generally it's an inferior good, but because it's affordable, or the superior good, the main good is too pricey, people go with the substitute good. And there's instances where the inferior good end up becoming the main good. I believe it's Betamax versus VHS. Betamax, I guess, technically was superior, but people went with VHS because it was there. The Trabi, right? The used Trabi is an inferior good to a new one. The used Trabi is there. Whether you like it or not, corn, video games, drugs is there. Pretty women that are worth marrying, not there. You don't believe me? Go get my book, The Book of Numbers. I got the switch right here. I don't mean to sound arrogant. I'm getting so tired of being right for so long. Not because I'm some intelligent guy, because I just got the balls to say it. You're not fucking your men and you're not pretty. There. That's why do you think old men stop chasing after girls? Why do you think old men go? Why do you think no one over 30 goes to a nightclub, even back in my day? Because it was a waste of time. Why aren't men asking us out? Especially the older guys that get a little bit older, divorced, I don't know, 30 and up. No. Rolo's group, Reignite. Like, I was talking to him where Mike, hey, come on out with his group, typically younger guys. Let's go to the nightclubs. Let's go to the nightclub. And the old timers like, oh, no, man, I'm going to bed. No, I'm going to bed. I guarantee you that wouldn't happen if men were getting laid all the time. And when we're nice and kind to them, you went out and not that you get laid all the time by every girl and every girl said yes, but if you'd have like a third success rate, like you got a number, the girl would show up on the date. Don't you dare ask men to waste their time like generations of men did in the past, trying to buy something that isn't in stock. Don't advertise. Don't shame men for going to Burger King when McDonald's ran out of burgers. Fuck you. You boys better get back and start working. Oh my God, you're doing the next best thing. Oh my God, you're eating donuts and enjoying life. I bet you like that girl with big boobs and red hair. And what's funny about this, Brad Wilcox is no dumb guy, right? These are forward thinkers. But they're still like way back there, man. It's like, really? Just, Die Hard quote, that is interesting. You figures this all out already. Just come on, guys. Men want to have sex. Oh, like, ladies, figure out when you're not going to clutch your pearls. Men want to have sex. Oh, okay, we won't have sex. We'll look at corn. Men are looking at corn, and they're not having sex. Fuck you. We don't care. We're done. We're gone. Hey, get back here and ask us out so we can shoot you down and stand you up and divorce you and play the games and maybe and give you blue balls and then we'll claim that you had S8 us when we were married and then all the pain in the ass and the drama and the bullshit. Why are you looking at that pretty quiet picture of a woman? Why are you playing Call of Duty 7? Do you want to go, oh, no, my God. Okay. Right? You go to a grocery store enough and they don't have anything in the shelves, you're going to go to a different grocery store. Why are you going to Safeway? Because Albertsons isn't out, it's out of food. Why do you hate Albertsons? I'm done with this. Why am I the only one that sees it? Am I really? Big Telp helped explain why too many boys are not turning into men. It's because it's giving them something else. It's giving them a substitute good. This can all change when women lose weight. I'm being serious. You lose weight, you become feminine if you choose to, right? And you treat men nice, that would be on par with also then you're inevitably going to have sex with a couple of them. And if you don't like that, that's fine, but please do not lament or critique them for doing something else. Like, right, it's no different where, Susie, do you want to go with the movies with me? No. Okay. And then Friday night, I go and play shuffleboard with my buddies. You see, what are you doing playing shuffleboard? Well, you didn't want to go out to the movies, so now I'm playing. How dare he? Oh my God, he was playing shuffleboard. Young men's failure to thrive is one of the tragic consequences of a digital revolution that has distracted them with dopamine hits from socializing, dating, doing well in school, holding down a full-time job. You got to show me where the jobs are. You got to show me where you haven't lied to young people, women included, about unnecessary college degrees, student loan debt that comes with it, and a lack of living wages. You got to explain to me, especially you girls who vote Democrat, why do you keep flooding the country with immigrants, which lowers wages, especially for younger people and poorer people, which is mostly where young men start out? And are we going to mention DEI and ESG, where you made it legal for about 20 years to hire women over men who were less qualified, or women were less qualified? Oh my God, we threw rocks at them and treated like shit. Why aren't they coming to our party? So tiring. But the internet also presents problems to women, especially on the left. There's divorce porn, for instance, where feminist heroines create whisper networks of women triumphantly leaving their families, and where seemingly every movie, show, book, and podcast that brands itself as celebrating women do it the same way. By selling a picture of unencumbered womanhood, it's also the place where divorced single moms from Brooklyn propagate the message that married heterosexual motherhood in America is a game no one wins. I could see that too. So men just went off and did their thing, right? Women then continued to gossip and further stir up the pot about how much they hate the men folk. And we don't need, I mean, men just left, right? They Coach Greg Adams out. They went and became a monk meditating at the temple. You girls are still sitting there and stewing, oh, men are. The nature and content of digital offerings are degrading men's marriageability and women's, especially liberal women's, interest in putting a ring on it. Neither sex is developing the capacity to embrace self-sacrifice or long-term or long-suffering commitment, precisely the virtues which marriage requires. Correct. They're also what makes marriage so life-giving, character-building, and personally gratifying. Anything that requires work they don't want to do. That's it. Psychologists have long documented this paradox. Deep, lasting happiness is much more strongly tied to meaning than it is pleasure. The internet calls the kind of virtues that sustain love and marriage toxic. The happiness research calls it the answer. There is a married mother in Israel whose testimony of her family's survival of the October 7th attack tells the story. Sophie Berzon McKee survived 19 hours in a bunker with her two daughters while Hamas terrorized her country. Israeli Defense Forces rescued them just as terrorists were breaking in. Afterwards, reporter Max Raskin asked McKee how a person moves on after such an ordeal. It's kind of hard to describe what happens to someone who faces their death and accepts it really with your whole being. McKee said, I feel like nothing scares me anymore. After we escaped from that thing, I was like, wow, I think we should just have another child. Yeah, suffering causes character. Sacrifice, work, toil, pain. I mean, working out is just you breaking down your muscles so they build back stronger. This is a short version of it. Doing without makes you appreciate not only your life, but other lives. And it makes you a more interesting character, depth, flavorful person. You pathetic, not even human people who just go to college, demand student loan bail, major in what everybody else did, and have no real problems in your life except, oh, my snaps are getting cut. You're not human being. No one can fall in love with you because there's nothing to fall in love with. Where's the character? Where's the development? Where's the sacrifice? Both young men and young women look for a life of satisfaction and meaning in an uncertain, often terrifying world. Should ruthlessly loosen the grip big tech has over their lives. Devices that degrade their capacity to socialize, date, mate, and marry must be put away. Look, dating apps, big tech, girls with the unlimited social media and access to men, and men with all these gals. Yeah, you should probably back off on that. You don't need it. You should unplug. I agree. But none of this is going to make it doesn't matter. If women are not going to be what men want, then there's no point. There's no market. None. And admittedly, men have to become what women want. I mean, you're going to have to become conservative, self-supporting, libertarian type of guys. I mean, maybe not politically, I mean, functionally. But then you're also going to have to stop telling little boys in school that women don't need you and to fuck off and die, and to be a good little boy and a sensitive 90s man. And all good men are feminists and vote Democrat. You know, I don't know if you knew this. Boys to grow into a man, that takes more than a week. So you're going to have to wait for another generation of young men to be brought up in traditional, I'm not going to hate it, conservative Ward Cleaver types But are you changing that in the public schools, ladies? I bet you're not. I wonder if Generation Zoomers and Alpha are going to grow up to be those sensitive 90s guys again. It really is just beating this, not a dead horse, but such a horse that don't give a shit and is amazing. It just doesn't care. And instead of giving it a carrot and thinking, well, maybe the horse needs to eat, you just keep whipping it. And it's like, all right, the horse ain't going to go. Keep going. Keep going. You got to grow your hair out long? No? Okay, shut the fuck up. Devices that degrade their capacity to socialize, date, marry, and mate must be put away. Pornographers, manosphere, misogynists, and miserable divorced feminists should not be the source of ideas about life. Not necessarily wrong. Not necessarily wrong. Their offerings are fake and predatory. They are not credible witness to the value and beauty of marriage. Sophie, well, another thing is you're gonna change the divorce law here. Yeah, that's the end of the article. I didn't notice anything about seeing your old man getting splat on the beaches of Omaha of divorce. They are not credible witnesses to the value and beauty of marriage. Sophie Berzin McKee is, and her witness is that the best option for joy is beautifully analog, is getting married and building a family. This is more or less true. There are some gaping holes. Surprise. Girl boss women are not as happy as the traditionally married conservative libertarian type counter. They may not even be radical conservatives. That's just not love, and children are more. That's like their life. But we didn't solve the Scooby-Doo mystery on this one either, right? I'm gonna call it a swing. You got a foul ball. You connected with the ball, but it's a foul. You didn't get a run. You still didn't solve the Scooby-Doo mystery. All right. Link below is my book, The Book of Numbers, Analyzing the ROI on the Pursuit of. I wish people would read that book who write these articles and do it. It's like, look, here's some numbers, right? You don't even have to read my analysis or editorial. Just look at some of these numbers and polling data, and you tell me what picture that paints. Driss crab, 2 British pounds. 50s had lowest feminine rates. Most DV lowest feminine rates. 50s had the lowest, like the 1950s or 50-year-olds had the lowest feminine. Okay. Muff edit, $2. Women can't define the word addiction. Addiction is you enjoying something more than something else. Okay, how can we define it in a playful, acerbic, cynical sort of way? Women's definition of addiction is anything that takes attention away from them or something that you actually enjoy. If you enjoy it and they don't want you to enjoy it, that's an addiction. God, do I have to do a video that there's nothing wrong with corn? Do I have to do a video on that? Look, you're going to have to compete with that. Oh, there we go. I don't think it'll be. Yeah, just be the same video. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I won't. I got others. Ever play squash ball? I think I have. As like a kid, I'm pretty sure I have. It's not racquetball, squash ball, right? I think I have. Chad Twizzler stroke, 10 generous dollars. Girls who ask men out in real world statistically more likely up in marriage. Yeah, because they like guys. And let's just be honest, if a girl really likes you, I mean that's the biggest hurdle. I would say it's 20% guy liking the girl, 80% the girl liking the guy, because girls are just more finicky. So if the girl likes you, a whole host of sweetened problems go away. My sister-in-law asked my brother out. Now they are married and just made me an uncle to a niece. I get to, oh, yes, yes. You need advice. You need help. You let me know, Chad. I'll give you expertise on uncling. I got it. I got it all. I got it all. I wrote the book on it. World's second greatest uncle right here. Who's the best? Uncle Mark. Uncle Mark, my arch rival. Ken Rose, $2. He says, hello, Ken. Muff Edit, $2. Left you super chat on the last video. Super thanks on the. Oh yeah, I'll go. It's about time to go through the super thanks. I kind of do those all in one shot because you can look them all up. Because I don't go through all the comments, so I will go through the super thanks. Sweet kisses from chat. Man, do you sleep? What's going on? $5. How dare Manbot actually need things from me? That dastardly bastard. It is the main point of contention. You know, just when I think. Just when I think I'm going to get to my stuff, and it's like all this other stuff I got to put in. Yep. I'll even simplify it more for you, Truckin'. How dare another human being expect something out of me when I ask for its time? That's really what it is, right? Male, female, doesn't matter. But you ever have those people who are like really depressing and sad, and they get off on being sad and emo-y, and you saying, no, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah. I mean, like you get some friends because like they're good people otherwise, but then they got this depressive streak. We're just like, dude, I'm not here to give you your supply of pity. And then they get pissed off, and you're trying to help them out as well. How dare you not do the thing I want you to do without compensation? How dare you do what you want in life? And I'm sorry, ladies, at the end of the day, the primary interest men have in you is sexual. There's no getting rid of that. Just shh. You're not going to change it. It's natural. It's biological. You can accept, well, you're going to have to accept it because it's true, but you don't have to participate at all, which women are. You don't have to be thin. You don't have to be attractive. You don't have to live your life for men. You don't, but then you don't get men. You go into the store. That bagel costs $40. Boy, I really want that bagel. It's a super extra special bagel, but I don't want to pay for it. Well, then you don't get no Coke. And you don't get the bagel. Stop bitching about the bagel. That bagel didn't. And then the bagels are like, fuck this. I don't want to even listen to it anymore. And then the bagels go off and play video game and look at girly bagels on the internet. Sweet kisses from Truckin', $2. I drive freight in a van for a living, so no. Oh, okay, good. In a van down by the river. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.